Hey, my name is Beth Gilmore. I'm 24 and I live in Toronto, Ontario in the Great White North, also known as Canada. I'm studying towards completing my Bachelor of Applied Business at George Brown College in Toronto. And this video is for the amazing Olan Rogers. He's on YouTube and I'm gonna put somewhere his channel if you don't know who he is, who you should, because he's pretty great. He's offering a scholarship for students around the world, and that information is on Facebook, so I'll also put that down there. And the only question that you had to answer was, what experience shaped you to be the person you are today? I really struggled about what to talk about because there's so many different things that I could talk about and so many things that I've done, and those could all be experiences that shaped me. And before I go too much further, I'm gonna flat out go for a trigger warning here for sexual abuse, because I know that when it just kind of whacks me in the face that I don't do too well with that. So if you are triggered by that sort of thing, please feel free to navigate away, but at the same time I would like you to stay and listen to what I have to say, because it is something that heavily impacted my life and where I am today. And I think that it's important that if you're struggling with this issue, that you definitely take the time to listen to what I have to say. At 13, I was sexually abused, and it shattered who I was shaping to be at that time. At that time, I had completely different aspirations. I wanted to be everything. I wanted to be an astronaut, a doctor, a lawyer, a vet. I wanted to be everything. And back then life was so exciting. And then after it happened, I lost so much passion and wonder, and I fell into a very deep depression. And at the time I didn't even really know why, because I didn't know that it was that wrong, because I trusted them and I loved them. And so the person I was just gone. It was shaped, it was shattered, and that's why I think that this is a good thing to talk about, because one of the things that people were telling me that when I was starting to talk about this was that experience does not define you. And at the time I didn't know what that meant, because it was everything. It was flashbacks, it was memories, I was living it again when I was 23 and I started talking about this. So that is such an important message for me to get across to anybody who has gone through that, because people will tell you that and you won't understand what it means. And I've never actually said this before, but you can get through that. You can realize that you're not just somebody who was hurt. And yeah, I've never said that before. I'm actually tearing up a little bit right now. And when I was 20, I just kind of left. I told people I was leaving, but I was definitely running away from my problems. And I ran as far away as one could run from their home. I literally I went to China. I went to China and I went to teach. And do you know how excited I was? I wasn't. I wasn't excited. I didn't care that I was in China. I didn't feel anything. I was still miserable. Fun fact, problems chase you, even across the Pacific Ocean. You just have to get away. Like I said, you can't run from your problems. But when I moved back into Canada, I was still living with my sexual abuser. I started talking about it. I told my best friend and my partner. I told my doctor and a few other people. And now I can kind of talk about it without breaking down. And that is massive. That is huge. And as soon as I started talking about it, I just realized this is the absolute most toxic environment I could possibly be in. So I applied to a bunch of programs all over Ontario, because out of province fees are ridiculous and out of country fees are even more ridiculous. And I just took the first program that would take me out of Ottawa, and so I moved to Toronto, and that's what I'm doing now. This person right now that you're seeing, I'm not shaped. I'm still being shaped. The experience is making the changes to better yourself. And I know I'm not perfect and I have all these problems and they're so hard to get past. And it's okay that it's hard, because anyone who tells you to get over it, you need to smack them in the face, because you can't just get over some shit in your life. Excuse my potty mouth. I'm from Ottawa and there's French people there. And as soon as you start making those changes to better yourself, even if things do get worse, then you're still making the journey to get better. It's so much harder than it sounds. And of course I have bad days. I'm having a bad month. All of January I've been in the mental hospital 3 times. I'm in the crisis clinic right now and I'm getting help, and that's what's important. My experience, my journey of being shaped as a person is not over at all. I'm gonna ride this crazy mental health healing from all this crap train. I'm gonna take it right to Pleasure Town or whatever. I don't know if I'll ever be able to overcome what happened to me, but I want to get to a point in my life where I can say I've picked up all the pieces and they're all together and I can tuck them away, and I don't need to be afraid anymore, and I don't need to break down. And I think that's a pretty good goal for myself. And I think that's when the shaping will be done, or at least mostly done. It's like the fellowship, you know? If the fellowship could walk 1,779 miles to reach their goal and throw that ring in Mount Doom, then I can do it too without walking that far. I also saw on the Facebook post to answer the question what I would do if I didn't get the scholarship. And if I don't get the scholarship, that would suck a lot for me because of my mental health position right now. I've had to quit my job temporarily for like the next month, so that really sucks. Otherwise I'd probably have to get a loan. Rice and eggs every day. It's good stuff. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to Olan Rogers for the opportunity to win the scholarship. That was really hopeful, and you got me to make my first YouTube video. And I also want to say, if it is you watching this and not like a team of dudes, thank you so much for telling me that I could do anything. I don't really have a lot of support like that, and that was, you look at the camera and I felt like you were talking right to me, so I'm looking at the camera and I'm talking right to you. Like, thank you so much for telling me I could do anything I wanted to do. I have a lot of inspiration. I hope to keep making more YouTube videos and making people happy and just doing what I want to do. So thank you so much. And the comments are disabled in this video, and that's just because I don't feel like this is a video that I need a lot of comment or feedback on. It's a very personal video, and it's not something that I want to hear some negative stuff on. So if you are going through something like this and you want some help or advice, just feel free to message me. It's fine. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day.